beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. My name is Georgia, for those of you who are new. And to my regular subscribers, welcome back. So we are discussing Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 2, Episode 18, titled Checked Out. So this episode was packed with... There was a lot going on in this episode. So let's start from the top and work our way through. And then just recap and review each section by section. So first we have, if you remember in the last episode where the ladies went on their one day or one night retreat, we have Melody try to make up with Tisha by telling Tisha that she felt misunderstood, and Tisha called bull on it. Okay, so we know that Melody left that trip upset. Well, when they cut it off, we don't know if she actually left the retreat and went home or they just stopped filming for the night. But now we start off where we have Tisha in the kitchen with Marsau. And she's kind of telling him a little bit about what happened. And when, he listened to everything she had to say, and then he gave his feedback. And I think it was wonderful feedback that he gave her regarding the fact that, anybody if you're trying to make up with someone, and you tell them that's BS, who would want to continue a conversation with you based on that reaction? And he also reminded her that, listen, right now Melody is going through a lot. She's going through a lot with Martell, and we as a family are intact. We're happily married. Our kids are good. Our business are good. Give Melody a break. Right now, just be there for her as best as you can, and deal with this stuff later on if you have to. But right now, Melody just basically needs a hug. So I think he had Tisha thinking, yeah, okay, maybe I shouldn't be playing the victim as much, or I shouldn't, not really playing, but like harping on it so much. Let me give her a break. So that's where we left at with Marsau and Tisha. And then we have Mel and Kimmi. So Kimmi goes over to visit Mel at home, and Mel takes her on a tour of the house, and they end up in the backyard, and they're talking about, what happened the night before, or was it a few days before? I'm not sure exactly when, but Kimmi went over to visit, and Mel reminded her, like, listen, Kim, when you were there to see what went down between Tisha and I, why is it you didn't say anything at the retreat? And Mel was like, listen, you guys keep telling me don't get in the middle, so I chose not to, and I felt that Miss Ima had it under control. So Melody was like, you still could have said something. So then Melody goes and she volunteers the information to Kimmy's like, you do know that Martell has a baby on the way. And of course, Kimmi was left speechless because honestly, Kimmi don't want to get involved, so she don't want to ask the wrong questions or whatever. And she's like, is it really true? And she's like, yep, he has a baby on the way. Then she brings up the fact that she saw on social media that Melody was dating, or not really dating, but she saw flowers and drinks and stuff going on. She's like, well, are you dating? And Mel told her, no, I'm too busy for that. I am going through a divorce. I have 4 kids to take care of. If the opportunity should come up later on, then I'm open to it. But right now I'm not dating. And I hear you, Mel. I mean, you did say at the retreat, that's a nice spot for a wedding if you should choose to get married again. So that tells us that you have not given up on love. The fact that you're willing to open up your heart to somebody else is really good. So that was a nice little visit between Mel and Kimmi, and they're bonding a little bit more because last season they really weren't that close, because I believe Kimmi was trying to be a good sister-in-law to Tisha, and because Tisha and Mel were going through their thing, she was kind of, not sure what to do. But we see that in these last few episodes that she's a little bit more open and she's becoming more friendly with Mel. And as we all know, that whole trip that Destiny put together was supposed to be the trip. That trip was based around Melody and Tisha. Destiny was trying her best to get Tisha and Melody back on the same page as far as mending things. And it just went left when Tisha's like, whatever you're saying to me, I don't believe. So it's good to see Kimmi and Melody actually getting together. Now we have Maurice and Martell. So Martell goes down to Maurice's workplace, and he said he wanted some, not advice or input, or just to talk to him about what's going on, because as we all know, Maurice has been through a divorce. So Maurice and they did talk about it at the when they went on their boys trip a little bit. So Maurice is telling him in a nutshell, listen, when people go through divorce, everybody around them is affected. The children, the in-laws, you of course as the couple that's going through it, friends are affected and stuff. But if you feel that there's a chance that you and Mel can get back together, fight all the way until the end if that's what you want. And you could tell that Maurice, he liked, not Maurice, Martell liked hearing that because that put a smile on his face. But at the same time, he was, he said to Maurice, he don't think it's gonna happen because of the situation that's going on. The fact that his mistress or girlfriend or whatever you want to call her, the fact that she's pregnant and there's a baby on the way, and that was a tiebreaker. And that's what one thing Melody also said to Kimmi. She's like, even if there wasn't a baby on the way, I already checked out the fact that I'm already checked out of this marriage. The fact that Martell has been so disrespectful, the fact that I've given him so many chances and he just keeps doing the same thing over and over. Melody's like, I don't want to be married to him anymore. So I think Martell knows that. The fact that he could see a difference in the way that Melody is towards him. He knows that, listen, it's over. So Maurice gave him the advice that if you still want your wife, continue to fight all the way to the end until you sign those divorce papers. And now we have Tisha and Marsau at their restaurant, cigar lounge, their establishment, and they're getting ready for their soft opening. So they are interviewing or trying out chefs, or what's the word? Not auditioning, but trying out chefs. And they came down to taste the menu of what the chef has prepared for them. And after they did a taste test of everything, they gave the chef a great feedback, which I think was wonderful. The fact that Maurice said to him, listen, there's no place like this within our area where people like us could come in and feel special and feel good about walking in here and paying the price that they pay for stuff. And honestly, the menu is not what I'm expecting, but we're going to work on it and get it together. So he didn't get rid of the chef. He made sure that he worked with the chef. He brought in somebody else to give him some tips and let Tisha know that, listen, we're going to work with this guy and it's going to be good. And it was just a good feeling to know that, to see Marsau give that feedback to the chef and to know that he cared about the neighborhood so much, that he cared about the people or the customers that's coming in here, that he wanted them to feel special. And he wanted to make sure that even though of where the place is, people still felt valued. Yep, that's the word. They felt valued and they would want to come back there, which I think is wonderful. So yeah, Marsau is a pretty cool guy from what I'm seeing from the show. I've always liked him from the get-go. I think he's funny and I think he's a cool guy. Now we have, so we leave that there. He's decided what he's gonna do. He's gonna leave everything on the menu, probably add a couple more things, but he's gonna keep that chef and work with him, and that's the chef he's gonna use for his soft opening. Now we have a few days go by, then we have Marsau bring in Jaylin. So he's decided to hire a general manager, and he wants Jaylin to be the general manager, which I think it's wonderful. Like I said in a couple of in a couple of videos before, you have other cultures who create jobs for their children, and even though this is not a creation of a job, he's making sure that Jaylin is taken care of. Jaylin actually wants to do real estate, but who knows if he's going to stay with real estate. So he brings in Jaylin and he asks him, why do you think I've chosen you for the position? And Jaylin says, because you're busy with your general contractor. Marsau's like, what? Do you think that's what the reason it is? And he's like, no, it's because I can trust you. Not trust you to the fact where I know you're not going to steal from me, but the fact that you're going to have this establishment as an interest because it's a family establishment, and I know you'll make sure that it's taken care of. And on top of that, he gave him a bonus by making him a partner, which is wonderful. So the fact that there's some sense of ownership, which for sure will make Jaylin want to show up on time, make sure everything goes well. Because listen, what young man you know is part ownership in a whole restaurant? 21-year-old, 22-year-old is working somewhere for somebody else, but you have an ownership in this, so you'll definitely, like I said, have a sense of pride about it. Make sure that everything goes well, make sure that you show up on time, show up every day, and make sure that it keeps going. Will he stay with it? Of course he's gonna stay with it, but at the same time, he could work at night at the cigar lounge restaurant, and then he could do real estate during the day, take his real estate classes during the day and stuff like that. Sleep, you'll that will come later on, but work it out where you'll be able to do both. And like I said, a sense of ownership will make you want to strive for more, strive for better. So that was really, really good to see of Marsau making sure that Jaylin was involved in the cigar lounge. All right, we're almost there. A couple more scenes and we're almost there. Now we have Marsau visiting Melody at her office. Same office, different name. Melody is taking down the sign of Holt and Holt, and she is putting up Melody S. Holt. So Martell comes, not Martell, Marsau comes, and he's just feeling out Melody as far as the girls' retreat went. And he tells her that, listen, I had a talk with Tisha, and I know what was said, and I agree with you as far as, Tisha was wrong for the way she came at you. Melody was like, listen, I'm trying to move forward with Tisha, move forward with your wife, but it seems like she's not willing to move forward. And Marsau was like, I agreed, and I spoke to her, and I think that you could give her a second chance to come around and see how it works out. So they stood there for a little bit. He invited Melody to the soft open, and Mel was like, is it finally done? Marsau was like, not really, but still come. Melody was like, I'll think about it. I don't know. And she says in the confessional, she's like, I don't know if I could be around Marsau or those guys all night long, because Marsau, he likes to tease her. So he's always like going back and forth with her, and stuff like that, teasing her. So she says, she could put up with that for a whole night, but she'll think about going. So I guess in future episodes, we'll see if Melody actually shows up. But that was nice to see Marsau and Melody just having a little moment there. Like, he was teasing her about the fact that she was showing too much cleavage and all that, but she was like, yeah, boy, stop it. Ain't nobody flirting with you or anything like that. So yeah, that was Marsau and Melody's interaction. That was nice to see. Now we get to the main scene, the last scene of the episode, and this one was the doozy, as they would say. First of all, that was wrong of whoever tricked Melody. That's the word I'm going to use. Tricked Melody into an intervention or coming over. Or maybe she knew about it. From the way Melody was dressed, maybe she knew about it because she looked hot. Melody had some thigh boots, some short shorts or whatever. But she dressed like, this is what you're missing, dude. So Melody goes over to, I believe his name is Chris, the real estate guy, and his wife Nel's house. So before they walk in, Nel tells Melody, like, listen, Marsau is here, and I invited you over because I want to see if you guys could work on talk it through in front of us. Maybe we could help with, from what Melody tells us, they were really good friends before they split. They've counseled them, I would say, before as a couple. And because as we know, it's been a while, Melody and Martell has been going back and forth regarding the cheating. He's been cheating all these years. She's been trying to work back and forth and try to work it out, but now she's done. So in the past, that couple has talked to them, and whatever. So Nel invited Melody over, and Martell was already there. Mel greeted everybody, hi, with a kiss and a hug. And then they sit down to talk, and Nel asks, do you think you guys could work it out? Do you want to be married? Do you want to be married? And Mel says, to each other. And she's like, yeah, who else would I be talking about? Yes, to each other. Do you want to be married? Do you want to still be married? And Melody says no, under her breath. She said it softly, but you still heard it. And I guess the way she said it, Martell he just knew that she was truthful. She was decisive, like it was done, and that just set him off. So Martell is like, why you constantly playing the victim? Stop playing the victim. You're acting like you're not nothing. And then he just kept elevating, starting to use profanity at her in front of the couple. They were trying to calm him down, trying to get it calm, and he just kept going. The decibels just got higher and higher until he went out and said, yeah, you weren't doing what I asked you for in the marriage. So therefore, I went outside of the marriage and yes, this person was making me feel. And then and with that, Melody picked up a glass and she sailed it across the, because they were sitting on the patio. She sailed it across the patio at Martell. But I think if she wanted that glass to connect with him, it would have. Because where it landed, that's where she was aiming. If she wanted to hit him with that glass, it would have. Glass shattered everywhere, yelling and screaming happening. Melody getting upset. She's crying. She lost her cool. And we've hardly seen Melody lose her cool. But at this point, she lost her cool. You can't keep throwing the face that, yes, I went out and cheated. What you gonna do about it? This is your wife of how many years? You have kids with her. You went out and you did wrong. You're not owning your mistakes. You just keep making up excuses. Like, how long is she supposed to take it before she actually snaps? And she snapped on camera. So, okay, finally, the couple got them separated where Chris took Martell to the car. No, actually, the producers got involved, asked Martell to go to the car, and Chris went to talk to him while Nel talked to Melody. And again, Mel told Nel, Mel and Nel. Mel told Nel, yes, Martell does have a baby on the way. And you could just see the hurt on Nel's face. She's like, oh my God, Melody, I'm so sorry. And she just kept apologizing. I'm sorry. And of course, Melody apologized for breaking the glass. She tried to help them clean it up. They were like, no, leave it alone. And Melody, you owe those people a set of glasses. If you haven't bought it yet, make sure that you do, which I'm sure you have, girl. But you owe them a set of drinking glasses. Chris, the husband, went to the car to talk to Martell. And Martell is still saying, listen, if she did what I wanted her to do, I wouldn't step out, blah, 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 blah. And I think that's what keeps getting under everybody's skin. The fact that Martell does not seem sorry for what he has done to his wife. And you can't blame Melody for walking away. She's had enough. She's had more than enough. And it's over, in my opinion. If they do get back together, it would be a miracle in my eyes. But I think it's done. And we're going to get to see more of more of the show. The show is not over completely, but we're gonna get to see, I believe in the next episode, we're gonna get to see the soft opening of the cigar lounge and then some other things, and we don't know. But yeah, that was the recap and the review of Love and Marriage Huntsville season 2 episode 18, titled Checked Out. Martell is still not seeming like he is sorry for what happened. I mean, there's a baby on the way. There's nothing you could do about that. But at the same time, just leave Melody alone. Let her process what needs to happen and let her take it from there. She's the one in the driver's seat right now making all the decisions. Martell needs to humble himself and just let her do what she needs to do. And then, like she said, co-parent, she put out a song, which sounded really, really good. Melody, that song is nice. And in there, she said, we're just going to have to learn to co-parent. And that's it. She's done. She's going to go on and do what she needs to do for herself and her family. And, that's it. So, like I said, that is my review. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And as always, thank you for watching. Until next time, take care of yourselves and your family. Bye-bye.
Reboot, I'm cold red, my service automated, like data running through my